Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today I'm going to do a March Madness read. We're going to skip into March and see what the energies are that's transporting you forward so you can initiate this great change. A lot of you guys have dreams that are right on the precipice of becoming your reality. No longer are we having that overwhelming energy that everything is too much or it's overbearing. That's really becoming alleviated and things are becoming much lighter just by practicalities, right? Impractical thoughts are when we inundate ourselves with we have to achieve A, B, and C, we have to rush, we have to hurry, and this new energy that's coming in is all as well. I have all the time in the world. I'm able to use my time really wisely and still be curious and have fun, but getting sort of organized in the sense that we know what takes priority, right? So if your finances seem a little scattered, the information you need to kind of pay off debt and organize that and bring in more income is going to come to you. We're going to have awareness in which house, which orbit that we're working in, whether it's social, financial, spiritual, where we really want to put our focus and intention to have these great results. And we're going to have three choices today. We have grace, we have enchantment, and we have hope. And right away, I always get a million questions on my rings. This is Labradorite size 8, and this is aquamarine. This is the most gorgeous aquamarine. I always run out of these. These will both be in the store for you guys too. I always run out of this one on my middle finger, this aquamarine, right away. But this is a one-of-a-kind Labradorite that was just made. I love long rings that stop at the knuckle so you can bend your knuckle, but really beautiful, gorgeous stones. And you guys are always like, what are those? So I thought I would answer to begin with. So we're going to start with grace, and we're going to see what's going to help you. You know, I feel like you have this wonderful aesthetic that you're going to organize your home and your car, and everything's going to be clean and crisp and clear and really feng shui and orderly and nice, and you're not going to feel cluttered anymore. You know, you're going to have things be kind of minimal and beautiful, and you're going to feel composed because of that. Sparkling clean energy, simplified energy, really gorgeous creative energy, because I find I have to clear the decks and remove all my materials as well when I'm doing things, because what happens is I get inundated with just, you know, things, and there becomes a staleness because energy does attach to items, physical items we have along our house. So we have to remember to cleanse them and move them around. We're going to see what's some overarching energy, and then we're going to pull one of these too, because I really feel like March is a time for simplifying, right? We're getting ready for spring. A lot of us are spring cleaning. So let's see what messages are coming. And I feel like a lot of guardian angels are going to kick in and help people, because a lot of you have soulmates coming in and you're kind of like feeling a little deprived, that, you know, February winter lack mentality where it's cold and people are kind of in the hermit mode. Now is time to kind of rush out into the sunshine and socialize and be with people. Very powerful love energy around, exploratory energy. So downtown, this is very important. If we're just out always doing and acquiring and moving, and we don't have downtime, we're not appreciating all the beauty and magic that's around us. Oftentimes, if I stay in on a Saturday and a Sunday, I really relish going out again, and I start to see what's around me in my environment, and I get rid of things that don't help the environment or that are cluttered, but I get to see that in downtime. This is saying, you know, reading a book, really chilling out, bringing your blood pressure down. We don't always need to work as, you know, as humans. We're always kind of like nesting, fixing our environment, fixing our personal selves and all of that. But every once in a while, we just need to tune out and have fun, right? The Netflix and chill moment, do that. It'll be really good for your mental health. Now, the moon in Virgo energy is really about a chance to boost your health and vitality, and it leads to satisfaction. Let me tell you, do you every once in a while wake up and you're kind of like, oh, I have a bit of a stomach ache, a headache, you feel lethargic, your limbs hurt? There's so many simple remedies to that. Simply stretching, big in breaths through your nose and out through your mouth. You know, start to get that oxygen going around. It makes a big difference. Moving your hands, your fingers, like just up and down, back and forth. If you look at pressure points too, there's a million in your feet, in your ears, and you press those. Just good music, things that so you can move to that. there's so many ways that we can rectify any kind of stiffness or like slight malady, you know, where you're just not feeling great all the time. That'll happen when we wake up, but we need to kind of clean up our diet a little bit. And heavy salt and sugar is part of the problem. If we have that, it makes things sluggish. Our system really, excess sugar is poison to our system. Our blood sugar doesn't know how to stabilize. We get all kinds of problems. So by just taking care of that and eating a little bit cleaner and greener, you'll feel the difference right away. And I just feel like energy and vibrancy moves through our system so much better. And you've been thinking about that. I definitely feel that you're like, you know what, let me tidy up my diet. The spring is coming. I want to be looking fine and lean and mean, right? The meditation, peace, relief, and sanctuary. This really is your time to consider what you want to do, where you want to go, and what you want to have around you. A little deep thought time, a really dynamic time for you to release old energies and anything that weighs you down, because you're realizing that life can be so much more purposeful when we direct our energy in a calm, collective way. You know, we play a little bit of detective work in our own life. What just isn't working? What gives us an icky feeling when we have to go do something or be with somebody? Let's identify that and then realize, what value does that really have in my life any longer? And when you realize it doesn't, you're going to start to release those people, places, and things. Also, what do you want to pursue and bring into your life? Because I feel like you have a lot of lightness of being, you know, you feel lively and focused when you do certain things. Write down what that is so you can have more of it. We need to be exploring and pursuing things that give us joy and light, right? As opposed to obligatory stuff like, oh, I have to or I need to. We don't have to or need to anything except for take care of ourselves. Also, challenges, blocks, fears, negativity, and betrayal. We're letting go of that. Oftentimes we can get in a very skeptical mindset with people around us. It can be our own family, right? Have you ever like had something, you bought new sunglasses and all of a sudden they're missing and you're like, oh, I know so-and-so took those, right? Very reactive and very negative. Like it's that block where, you know, where if you thought rationally, maybe I misplaced it or something like that, as opposed to jumping to conclusions that, you know, Grand Theft Auto has taken place in your house. But oftentimes we do that, right? We let the negative come in. But this is about choosing your thought patterns and having them be positive for you. Now, Night Queen too. I feel like you're going to have a really nocturnal swing. You're going to get very creative and great ideas at night. Be excited about it. That's when my best ideas come. I'm highly nocturnal. I have to force myself to go to bed by midnight because I'm up at 5:30. But oftentimes the peace, the quiet, the moon, all of that really help us get these gorgeous kind of psychic, visionary, dreamy, artistic kind of, more like it's a different kind of energy. It's more intense and it's quiet and it's more like, I feel like I can get to a conclusion and a finish line and an idea and a blueprint faster in the evening because we're not distracted. During the day, it's a different rhythm. So I feel like your evening rhythm is going to be a really good time for you to create. Write emails, compose things in the evening when you're calm and you know your day is done. That's part of it. Expression too. You're going to find a new way to express yourself that's really beautiful and dynamic and, you know, logical, purposeful, but really kind of beautiful. Like you're going to become a really gorgeous communicator, whether it's verbal or whether it's through your artwork, whatever it is, it's going to come across as really whimsical and beautiful, and people are going to love to be around you. Your energy is very vibrant and alive, and people are really going to connect with that in a big way. So I love that. So this is all about kind of just cleaning up your diet again so you feel good. Do some fun, crafty stuff at night. Remember to meditate, slow down, and calm yourself. Very important. You know, you're getting rid of all of this. Try not to think of things in a skeptical or negative way because that's not conducive to, you know, a happy state of mind, right? Express yourself however you want. Do not withhold, you know, an expression if you feel something is going wrong, right, or otherwise. You know, really open up to that beautiful realm of communication, because when we hold things in, it starts to kind of overboil in that kettle, right? So we want to express what we want to express when it comes into play. So we're able to alleviate any problems, or we can be peacemaker with ourselves by just saying, well, let me just ask this question so I can clarify, and then you'll have your peace of mind on that. So I'm loving that energy for you, group 1. You're going to be enjoying life. It's going to be nice. Love, romance, good diet. I just feel all that stuff is coming for you. So gorgeous. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Melanie. All my links are down below. You guys, I still have some crystals left that I'm taking to Stonehenge. If you want to get yours, you go to my Etsy store. It's Sparkrist. All the links are down below. The Goddess Provisions box, everything is down there. And it comes to me on Instagram too, because you can always DM me, and then I can really converse with people if they have any questions about anything. So now we're on to enchantment. I feel like you're going to have this beautiful kind of whimsical time where you're going to feel inspired, and you're going to inspire those around you. You're going to feel wonderful and alive. You're going to appreciate everything you have, and people around you are going to appreciate you and acknowledge you. This just flew out. So Nemesis, I feel like this person that, these are just flying out in choice. Woo! So I'm going to pull these as well. This is going to be your overarching energy. So let's get these 3 first. So your deeper resolve rises. A lot of you guys have a plan. You have just decided, I understand my life path purpose. I want to pursue this. I want to pursue writing, music, whatever it is. And now that your path is really made clear to you, you have a resolve not to let anybody get in your way, not to let anybody derail you. You're at peace with your past. You're allowing your true self to flourish. You're finding freedom in this new understanding that nobody can diminish you or put you down unless you allow that. So you're just not allowing it, and you're able to go forward, and you realize the choice is always yours. You can go left or right, and at any given time you can move a muscle and change a thought and change that. If you only want to go on one date with somebody and you're like, not really for me, you are not obligated to go back to that person. You have no obligation, and at any given time, if you've taken on some kind of responsibility or obligation that you don't really want, let it go. It's like looking into that magic ball. What really works for me? What makes me feel vibrant, life, alive, and good? I feel like you do have somebody in your workplace or school place that has a little envy of you, because, people see you as this bright, shining kind of star and happy, and they're happy to see you, but they may not feel that way about your fellow coworker, family member, or a schoolmate. And because of that, they've created this kind of weird nemesis, like you're their nemesis, because they actually want to attain your kind of life and your lifestyle and your personality and how you attract people. So they're not going to do anything detrimental, or they're not dangerous. They simply want what you have in terms of sociability, friends, because they feel lonely. So if you can identify that this person isn't out to harm you, they simply just, they're a little maladjusted. They're not really awake yet. They're not really tuned into their spirituality. And people that get on that kind of lower vibrational schism and they have a hard time getting out, like lash out and they say silly things. So if you see somebody just giving you a look or whatever, they simply have envy for what you have and what you're doing and where you're going and how people think about you, and always think that is a plus. I always feel like if people are interested in me enough that they're taking time to watch me, observe me, and then be negative or positive, there's something about you that's alluring, right? And it's like good, bad, or indifferent. People that say mean things are just projecting. They're not in a good headspace. It has nothing to do with you. And I think because you recognize that, it's going to give you a peace of mind. Now, I love this oracle, sacred living, spirit speaking, and intervention. This is you becoming, the navigator of your own life. You having an intervention in your own life where things aren't working. If you're over smoking, overindulging, drinking, smoking pot, whatever it is, you're like having an intervention going, you know what, I want a more healthful path. I want a clear mind. I want a clean heart. I want to operate from my soul's voice, which is always seeing things as inspirational, as opportunities, and all of that. But what we need is some sacred living in that, reduce carbon footprints, really getting in touch and connecting with your animals and nature and being outside and grounding. Yesterday, I did a great ritual, full moon ritual, and it felt so great. I took all the crystals that are coming to Stonehenge with me, and there's still some available in my shop, you guys, and I put them in this glittering water with big sea salt in it, and I put it under the moon, and I put my chalice in the middle of it with carnelians, and I put leaves in it, and I did, you know, this great ritual that felt so good. That's like sacred living when you're using, you know, Earth Mother energy and Gaian energy and all of that, and you're infusing things with love and care, right? I always equate that to spirit speaking and sacred living. When we do little things with great care, we show love and appreciation, right? Tiny little details of things, like noticing that. Like for this for instance, this little headpiece, like I love tiny little dangly things and the way they catch the light. It's the tiny little things and the details that make things special. Like if I have a salad and it just has tiny crumbs of whatever, I can have like crumbled blue cheese or something. It's that one little extra twist of flavor and magic that's put into it, because anything that's created with love tastes different, looks different, you know, feels, wears, and exists differently because we put special care into it, right? You can tell, you know, any old cheap junk that people can just toss out in the world, but how does that make the world better or nicer, right? We need more beauty, less stuff, more beauty and magic and light and creativity, for sure. So I love that energy for you. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys, you are becoming more aware and awake of what you want and where you're going, and it's making you feel calm and good. You know what I mean? You're going to be able to identify to anybody who's working against you and has that underhanded energy. They're just really going to stick out, and realize you always have a choice. If you're in any situation that doesn't work for you, you can walk out any second you want. No, thank you. This doesn't work for me. I've been dating you for 12 hours and I'm already tired of you. Good day. You know, you ever just go out with someone and you know, oh no, this energy is completely not compatible, or you walk in and you're on a job on the first day and you're like, oh no, this is definitely going nowhere fast. Any of those things, you're not obligated to stay or do anything for anybody except for yourself, right? Well, if you have children, please don't just leave them at home because they're crying. But you know what I mean? It's like things, you just really don't have to do things for people if you don't want to. I love people so much, but again, it's that thing where people consistently feel like they have to sell themselves like real estate, you know, oh, I do this and that, and then they feel like they have to prove themselves to total strangers and people that aren't even worthy of an explanation. I never explain myself to anybody about anything I'm doing, you know. It's like, things don't warrant like an excuse or stuff. I feel like it's like seeking validation. It's like you do a good job, end of story. So don't seek validation from anybody, because it has to come from yourself, right? And that's when your deeper resolve will rise within, going, I don't care what anybody thinks about this project. I love it. I'm going to do this and I'm going to go for it. And that is very Aquarian energy, because they're very magical, mystical, and creative. And they're like, I love them. Like my best friend Jeannie's an Aquarius. I remember one night we were all going out clubbing. There was this little under 18 or under 20-year-old dance club, and she's like, no, I'm reading my book tonight. Like, she loves Stephen King. She's like, no, I'm reading my book. And we were all like, what? Who stays home on a Friday and reads a book? And she's like, I do. Bye, guys. You know, it was awesome, right? No people pleasing, just peace out. So that's going to be, and you're going to hold in this kind of beautiful, enchanting energy where people are you're very magnetic to others, so they're going to be around you. So you're going to have, you know, things beeping, buzzing, and people calling you and wanting you to come out and spend time with them, because you have high allure this March as well, group 2. So beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Now we're on to hope. All right, let's see what's coming there. I love using these cards. I always forget about them. I tuck them away because they're oversized and they don't fit in my normal jobby, so I'm always just throwing them around, and then I'm like, oh, where's my thing? Let's get one of these, overarching energy. And I like certain combinations of cards when I'm using zodiacs and influencers and spiritual influences, as well as you know, just how things are aligning astrologically can be very important. So the moon in Aquarius is about your inner wild child awakens. And this came up in one of my other readings. This really is time when spring kind of is sprung. People are like, okay, I want to get on my good, you know, dietary regime. I want to get my, you know, I want to get everything in order, that sort of thing. But you want to go out, you want to dance, you want to be in nature, you want to hike, you just want to connect to the earth and be out. And you appreciate and you acknowledge how lovely earth is for you and that you're a powerful creator. That's what the wild child's about. You can create anything, any environment you want. You let go and you allow the universe to bring all these things to you. You let the universe do its thing and you come out winning because of that. Now, white magic, you're definitely able to tap into this beautiful, refined, pure magic that is within all of us. Intuition. When we ask any archangel or angel or spirit guide to help us, and we really focus and have intention on that, we can manifest anything. And a lot of people are coming to that understanding, and they're realizing this, that wow, there is not only enough for everybody, but there is substantially extra, and we can name what we want and then focus on it, go after it, and achieve it very easily with, you know, constant positive reinforcement to ourselves, right? Nobody's going to tell us no, and we're certainly not going to tell ourselves no. And this is the healing temple of the lunar light, life cycles, energy healing, and communication. This is really beautiful. This is you know, clarifying everything and not having misunderstandings with people, you being very honest and forthright, and people respecting and loving that, and just having this really beautiful communion with others right now, and understanding life cycles, because March is kind of like where we know, okay, the fallow is over and now it's feast and harvest time, and people feel good and lighter and brighter. I love the colors that start to come out in March, not only in nature, but everybody wearing, you know, pinks and greens and yellows and bright, you know, the beautiful top half of the spectrum, red, orange, yellows, just things that are bright. They're happy. The snows are melting, warm, beautiful air is coming out, and you know, it's tapping into that sun energy, that warmth. And patience. This is the number one thing that serves people to their benefit in every regard, is patience. And this is something I work on daily, because when we have patience, we don't try to undercook anything. You know, we do things of mass quality. If we're creative, we take our time. That's where all the special little touches come in. If you know an artist, where they put that one beautiful like beam of light in off a piece of fruit or whatever, it's every last little moment of magic, because they're looking at it with a very fine eye, right? They're looking at it through this finite glass. This is the person too, leaving the house and just not having cat or dog hair all over you because you have a roller by the door and you have patience. You can take 10 seconds to remove all that animal hair off your clothes. And I know you're guilty, number 3. If you're watching this, I know you're covered in cat hair and dog hair right now. And I am one that constantly has to do a double take in the mirror, because I have 5 cats and they have all different cat hairs. And every once in a while I'll be like behind somebody in the post office, and I love them even more because they're covered in golden retriever hair, but it makes them self-conscious, and I see them pulling it off, and probably dog and cat hair and dander isn't good for everybody else out there. So it's one of those things where you have patience for yourselves, and you take time to put on a little chapstick if your lips are chapped. You know, you look down at your nails. Do you have any ragged nails that you don't want to get caught on things? Getting in your car, take that deep breath before you start your engine and go, I'm going to pay attention to the road so I'll be safe. I always take a deep breath, and I ask Archangel Michael to protect me and anybody else in the vehicle. I take a deep breath and I calm down before I leave. I never leave and drive away in a hurry. It's just unhealthy and, you know, not very safe. All of those things you're going to have, but more importantly, you're going to have patience for your dreams and your life path. You can't go from novice to expert right away, nor can everything that we want occur in a day or a week or a month. So that lack mentality creeps in when we want everything right away. We don't need everything right away, nor does anybody. So you're going to have that patience with yourself and how things are allocated, you know, globally, individually, family-wise. It's going to be okay with you. And you're going to appreciate and acknowledge that whatever you get, you have gratitude for. And you're going to know you're safe, you're guided, you're divinely protected. And I feel like this is your month too, to really speak with strong confidence. Aquarians are very confident in how they speak. They just know, they find freedom in their words and their creativity, and they're not people pleaser. It's really beautiful. And you're going to attract a lot of people that are going to help you achieve your goals. So have patience with that as well, because it's all going to come into play for you. And yeah, you're going to attract the right people. You're going to get these goals. You're going to crush them, and you're going to feel super accomplished in March. So I love that energy for you, Group 3. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, if you want to go down to my Etsy store, I still have some supercharged crystals that I'm going to bring to Stonehenge, and I'm going to do a ritual, and I'm going to film everything. And, you know, I have some new things in there. These rings that I'm wearing too, everybody always goes mental for them. They're in there. They're both size 8, Labradorite and the aquamarine. I can never keep a hold of the aquamarine. They always sell the same day I put them in there because they're amazing. I mean, this stone is just, it's too gorgeous. I've never seen like the luster. It's not easy to get a hold of these stones, and I like to set them with the the bezel because it really pops out. So yeah, you guys, you're just in a beautiful position to recognize all the power that's within you to go out there and soar and win hugely. So love and light.